Hello, hello, hello. This is teacher Linda G. Do you want to improve your English skills? Great, because I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how you can do that today. I've been teaching English online now for over 3 years. And you know there are different skills that you can be working on. For example, writing, speaking, listening, and reading. So let's talk a little bit about writing first. Ask yourself, what do you like to write? I know a lot of people like to write down notes. They like to write down recipes. They like to write letters. They like to write emails to friends, for example. So if you want to practice your writing skills, think about what you normally write. Do you normally write emails? Do you normally write down notes on paper? Do you normally write down recipes from friends? Think about what you normally write and start with that. Start with that. Now let's talk a little bit about listening. Listening is one of those things that you can easily find online. Of course, there are a lot of podcasts. CBC in Canada, there's a lot of great CBC podcasts that you can listen to. A lot of my students also like to watch and listen to television. Friends apparently is very, very popular. But if you want to just practice listening, you can listen to the radio, you can listen to some podcasts, you can listen to some songs. You can also find the lyrics of the songs as well, but you can practice simply listening. I like the idea of podcasts. So many different types of podcasts you can listen to. Let's talk a little bit about reading. Again, what types of things do you like to read? Now, some of my students say they like to read novels, but if you're a beginner, maybe reading a novel would be too challenging for you. So perhaps reading children's books. Children's books don't have a lot of words. They have a lot of pictures. Perhaps reading children's books would be a great start. Perhaps reading blogs. Usually blogs, you find an interesting site, it might be a travel blog, for example. Usually blogs aren't written using complicated languages, not complicated vocabulary. So you could read blogs. Now there's a lot of great websites too. I always suggest Ango. Ango is a site that you can use to read and also learn vocabulary. Let me see if I could share my screen. I don't think I can share my, nope, I can't share my screen here. But I will type it in the chat box. So it's called Ango. Ango is a site that you can use for reading as well. And the last one that, of course, that I want to talk to is about speaking, the speaking skill. The only way, the only way you're going to improve your speaking skills is by speaking. Now, you could speak with a friend who speaks English. You could speak with a tutor like me, right? You could speak with a tutor or a teacher. You can also record yourself. You can use your telephone, right? You can use your telephone to speak on the recorder. I'll do that quite often. I will put my, I'm just trying to find my recorder on here. I'll put my recorder on, press start, and start speaking. Of course, that's not as much fun, and it's not as interactive as speaking with a teacher or with a friend, but it still gives you a chance to practice your speaking. Now, I suggest that you decide what is more important for you. Is it speaking? Is it writing? Is it listening? Is it reading? Which skill is more important to you? You might need to practice all the skills, especially if you're wanting to immigrate to Canada or wanting to go to university, and you have to write or sit for an assessment, the IELTS, for example. So you might need to practice all the skills. But if you're simply learning English for fun or to travel, for example, then you might just need to practice some listening and some speaking. So you choose, right? Depending on your goals, depending on your needs, you choose which skill you want to improve. And I'll give you an example. I'm now in Mexico and I don't speak a lot of Spanish, but I need to understand it more and I need to speak it more. I don't need to read it more and I don't need to write it. In fact, I don't have to write it at all. So I wouldn't be spending a lot of time on writing. I'm going to spend more time on speaking it and understanding it. So I'll have to practice my listening skills and my speaking skills. I don't need to read it, but maybe it would be fun to read Spanish as well. So you think about what your needs are, what your goals are, and then decide which skill you want to improve. Then you focus on that skill. Focus on speaking, but then you'll need to also focus on listening as well. Or you might want to focus only on writing. For example, I have some students who work with international companies or with international clients, and they send emails. So in the case like that, they need to concentrate more on their writing skills and sometimes their speaking skills as well, especially if they need to call one of their clients. So I hope this was helpful to you. If you want more information on my services, send me an email at backinthegrooveagain@gmail.com. backinthegrooveagain@gmail.com. You could send me an email here and we can talk about how we can work together and how I can help you improve your English, your speaking English, your spoken English. All right, this is teacher Linda G saying goodbye for now. Bye now. Have a great day.